Morning students, welcome back to the fourth revision session of geometry. In the previous three sessions we have revised the first lesson, basic concepts in geometry, and we have started with the second lesson, parallel lines. We have also solved some problems which were asked as a doubt by some of the students. We have seen the MCQs type questions which will help you for the first unit test exam. Today we are going to see some theorems like alternate angles theorem, its converse, corollaries, and use of properties of parallel lines. And today also we will solve some MCQs. Now let's start with this session with the alternate angles theorem, which states that the alternate angles formed by a transversal of two parallel lines are of equal measures. Now we all know that what are the alternate angles? The angles which are formed on the opposite sides of the transversal. So in this figure, which are the alternate angles here? Yes, angle D and angle B. If line L is parallel to line M and line N is the transversal, then we can say that angle D and angle B, these angles are alternate angles. Now let's see the alternate angles test, which states that if a pair of alternate angles formed by a transversal of two lines is congruent, the two lines are parallel. So it is the opposite of the alternate angles theorem. So it is also called as converse of alternate angles theorem. So we have to show here angle B is congruent to angle D. Now let's see one corollary. If a line is perpendicular to two lines in a plane, then the two lines are parallel to each other. So here line is perpendicular to two lines in a plane. That means if you consider that line N is perpendicular to line L and line M, then we can say that line M and line L are parallel to each other. So this is called corollary 1, and this statement you have to remember. Second corollary, if two lines in a plane are parallel to the third line in the plane, then those two lines are parallel to each other. So here we can say that if line L is parallel to line N and line M is parallel to line N, then we can say that line L is parallel to line M. So I hope you all have understood this and you all are remembering all these statements, because these statements are very important. So here angle A, angle B and angle C, these angles are which type of angles? Yes, they are corresponding angles, and we know that the corresponding angles formed by the parallel lines and the transversal are congruent. So we are going to see now the use of properties of parallel lines. Now what this theorem says? The sum of measures of all angles of a triangle is 180 degree. We all know that the sum of measures of all angles of a triangle is 180 degree. And this theorem we have already proved with the help of properties of parallel lines. Now we are going to see only the statement. So you have to remember this statement. This is the figure for this theorem. And what is the explanation we can write here? In triangle ABC, angle what you have to prove is angle ABC plus angle ACB plus angle BAC is equal to 180 degree. Now we are going to solve some problems from practice set and from problem set 2. Let's see first problem from practice set 2.2. In the figure, y is equal to 108 degree and x is equal to 71 degree. Are the lines M and N parallel? And justify your answer. So here we have drawn line M and line N, and line L is their transversal. Then What you can write here? Angle X and angle Y. These two angles are the interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So we know that these two lines should be supplementary by the properties of parallel lines. So let's write the solution. X plus Y is equal to, substitute the values, 71 plus 108 degree. So we will get here 179 degree, 179 degree. But if these two angles are interior angles on the same side, their addition must be 180 degree. But we are getting here 179 degree. So we can write here X plus Y is not equal to 180 degree. Therefore, the angles X and Y are not supplementary. Therefore, X and Y do not form a pair of interior angles. Therefore, we can say that line M and line N are not parallel lines. So, this is one of the tests for the parallel line. If two lines are given and with their transversal, then how we can find the two lines are parallel or not? This type of questions can be asked in the exam also. Now let's see one problem from problem set 2. This is the 8th problem. In the adjoining figure, line PS is a transversal of parallel lines AB and line CD. If ray QX and ray QY and ray RX, ray RY are angle bisectors, then prove that quadrilateral QXRY is a rectangle. Now what is given to you? Line AB is parallel to line CD. So observe this figure. Line AB is parallel to line CD. Then rays QX, RX, QY, RY are the bisectors of angle AQR, angle QRC, angle BQR and angle QRD respectively. So if you observe this figure, you will be able to understand which ray is bisecting the which angle. So this ray will bisect this angle. Similarly, this ray will bisect this angle. So accordingly, there are 4 rays which will bisect the 4 angles. And what you have to prove is quadrilateral QXRY. This quadrilateral QXRY is a rectangle. So let's start with the proof. Now here line AB is parallel to line CD and line PS is their transversal. So what you can write here? Angle AQR plus angle QRC is equal to 180 degree, because these two are the interior angles on the same side of the transversal and they should be supplementary. So if you multiply on both sides by 1/2, we will get half of angle AQR plus half of angle QRC is equal to half into 180 degree. Reason you will write as multiplying both sides by half. Now why we have multiplied this equation by half? Because we know here this ray QX is the bisector of this angle and ray XR is the bisector of this angle. So we can write here half of angle AQR is nothing but angle XQR and half of angle QRC is nothing but angle XRQ. That is equal to 2 ones are 2 and 2 90s are 180 degree. So you will get here 90 degree. Write this equation as equation 1 and reason you will write as ray QX and ray RX are the bisectors of angle AQR and angle QRC. Now you have to consider triangle QXR. Now this triangle you have to consider. What you can write here? We know that the measures of all the angles of the sum of the measure of all the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So let's write down angle XQR plus angle XRQ plus angle QXR is equal to 180 degree. Also from equation 1, what we can write? XQR and XRQ is 90 degree. So we will substitute here 90 degree plus angle QXR is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, angle QXR is equal to 90 degree. Write this equation as equation 2. Now, also we can show that angle AQR and angle BQR is equal to 180 degree. Why these two angles are 180 degree? Because they are angles in a linear pair. So their addition must be 180 degree. So again here you have to multiply on both sides by 1 upon 2. So what you will get here? Half of angle AQR plus half of angle BQR is equal to 1 upon 2 into 180 degree. So half of angle AQR is nothing but angle XQR plus half of angle BQR is nothing but angle YQR, that is equal to 90 degree. Reason you will write as ray QX and QI are the bisectors of angle AQR and angle BQR. Therefore, angle XQY is equal to 90 degree. So, we know that if you add angle XQR and angle YQR, you will get angle XQY. This is called as angle addition property. So, write this equation as equation 3. Similarly, we can prove that angle QYR, this angle QYR is equal to angle XRY is equal to 90 degree. Write this equation as equation 4. If all the angles of this quadrilateral QXRY is of 90 degree, then we can say that quadrilateral QXRY is a rectangle from equation 2, 3 and 4, by which we can say that all the angles of this quadrilateral are of 90 degree. Therefore, this is a rectangle. Hence, we have proved. I hope you all have understood. This was very simple sum. Only you have to understand the steps. Now let's try to solve some MCQs here. First one, a pair of alternate interior angles are dash. What will be the answer? A pair of alternate interior angles are congruent. And the pair of alternate interior angles on the same side are supplementary. So that is the difference between the alternate angles. Then the second one, what is the sum of three angles of a triangle? Answer will be option C, 180 degree. Now these questions can be asked for 1 mark. Now let's see the third question. In the figure, if angle A is equal to 70 degree, then the value of angle B is dash. Now if you observe this figure, line AB and line CD are parallel lines and this line MN is their transversal. Now angle A is given as 70 degree and you have to find this angle B. Now let's find the relationship between the angles. Now this angle A and this angle, these are the corresponding angles. So their measure must be equal. Therefore, if this angle becomes 70 degree, then what will be the measure of this angle? Because this angle and this angle are in linear pair, so their addition must be 180 degree. So 180 degree minus 70 degree, what you will get? 110 degree. So measure of angle B is 110 degree. So your answer is option A, 110 degree. See the next question. Two angles of a triangle measures 45 degree and 90 degree. What is the measure of third angle? Now here you can use the angle sum property of a triangle, or else we know that there are the triangles 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree and 45 degree, 45 degree, 90 degree. That property also you can use. So here your answer is option D, 45 degree. Now the fifth question, coordinate of point A on a number line is 3. What are the coordinates of points on the number line which are at a distance of 5 units from A? You know the number line. On that number line, you have selected one point, point A, whose coordinate is 3, and you have to find the points which are at the distance of 5 units from A. So that 5 units you can find on the left hand side and on the right hand side. So that points you have to find out. So you have to search the point on the left hand side till 5 units and on the right hand side till 5 units. So what will be your answer? Yes, -2 and 8. That is option B. I hope you all have understood this. Now let's see the next question. In the figure, if line Q is parallel to line R and line P is a transversal, then which of the following is the pair of alternate exterior angles? Now what you have to find out? Alternate exterior angles. Now first find out which are the exterior angles. Which are the exterior angles in this figure? Angle B, angle A, angle G and angle H. Now find the exterior angles. Angle A and angle G. These are the alternate exterior angles, and angle B and angle H. This is the other pair of alternate exterior angles. So let's see the options here. Angle H and angle E. These are not exterior angles. These are linear pair angles. Then see angle C and angle G. Angle C and angle G. These are corresponding angles. So this is also not the correct option. Then option C is angle A and angle G. So this is the correct option for your question. Is that clear to all of you? I hope you all have understood. And in the mock test also you will get a clear idea about what type of questions are going to ask in the first unit test. So keep on practicing. All the best for your exams. Thanks for watching this video.